So it's imperative that before we actually tip ourselves into the year ahead, that we're really clear on what it is that we're shooting for. So this template here is designed to help you get some clarity around the goals for, well, in this instance, we say 2023. And the first thing to call out here is that your goals are exciting. They're meant to drive you emotionally. They're really meant to be something that you want to engage in. And let's be quite honest with you, a spreadsheet's boring. So, the one place that I don't want your goals necessarily to kind of reside forever is just on a spreadsheet. So, of course, once we've got clarity, get them on a vision board, get them written down nicely, do something that actually makes them really appealing that you can see on a regular basis every day. And one of the things I do is I like to, well, effectively, I do actually print this off, but I print it off, I put it in a frame, and then it sits right at the side of my desk, so I can always see what my goals are. But you might want to do it a different way. But suffice it to say, this is quite a good way of at least helping you get some semblance of order to your goals. So we look at goals really through our business life and our personal life. And then we look at things in categories as well. And it's really hard to get started and say, well, what are your business goals for the year ahead? Gosh, that's potentially quite a big task. But if we break it down into its constituent parts, then we can see that obviously we're going to have some financial goals. We're going to have some marketing and sales goals operationally as well, and then probably some team goals. So now it becomes a little bit easier for us to just now almost close our eyes and think about, right, what are the financial goals that I want to set for my business? And once you've exhausted kind of the things that you are aiming for, then we move on to the next category and the next category. And similarly for personal life, well, again, you'll probably have some financial or money goals as well, personally, and then obviously, what are some of the things you want to do with your family and friends? What about at home? There's probably things that you want to attend to at home. And then what about your fun and recreation as well? Gosh, you want to plan in some of that good stuff, don't you? And of course, underpinning all that is your personal development. And, the better the individual that we all become, then that's going to help us obviously in our business and our personal lives. So again, here's some nice categories for you to start to now zone in your thinking on. And the other build that I'd like to share with you is this kind of color coding up here, which says, the there are I've kind of got space for 9 goals. Of course, you can have more than that or less than that. It's your choice. But the first 3 are what we would consider to be your must-do goals. Then we've got your intend to do and then your like to do. And that's really by way of recognition that in years gone by, when I've certainly done this exercise, there's definitely been some goals that are more important to me than others. And so it's just really trying to give some sense to that. And your must-dos are absolutely the ones that say, right, I'm really gunning for those. But actually, there are going to be some things that you want to just at least direct your thinking on, and they might fall into the intend to do or the like to do buckets. So again, the way I view this particular template is it's a bit like a shopping list for the year ahead. If I'm going to take a trip into the new year, then I want to make that trip as productive as I possibly can make it. And it's a bit like going to the shops. Well, if these categories were aisles in the store, then before I go on my shopping trip, then I want to say, okay, what are all the things I want to get out? The frozen aisle, or the ambient aisle, or the bread section. So that when I walk out of the shop, I've got everything I wanted. And that's a little bit like how I view this particular template. It gives me the things that I want to direct my focus towards, because all too often we talk about doing things or think, oh, wouldn't that be a good idea? We never actually put it down anywhere, and then another year goes by, and guess what? We haven't done what we'd actually ultimately like to have done. And for want of just writing it down on a goals list that you can then see on a regular basis, that's what might help make you do those things. So there we go. Hopefully that's going to be a useful exercise for you before you get started on putting the plans together for your year ahead. Good luck. Enjoy goal setting.